guys, it's the Geek here, and welcome to Orwell, Ignorance is Strength. So you guys probably have noticed that we finished the previous game. Well, I immediately decided to play the next one because I love this game series so much. I do not remember this game as much as I remember the previous game, which, as you probably realize, was very little, so this will be kind of similar to a new playthrough, but some things may come back to me as we go through. So welcome, you have been accepted into Orwell. Please create a profile. So let's see, let's go with hers. Or her. I like her, she's pretty. Not that the other one wasn't, but let's go with my name being Drabble again. I do not want to give you my email address. And please agree to the following terms. I am willing to severely affect the lives of citizens and non-citizens of the nation. So that's new. We technically could only affect citizens, at least according to our contract. I will do whatever is necessary to keep the nation from harm. We'll see how that works out. While working, I will only adhere to the statutes and principles of the office. What is the office? And I think there should only be one only there. But be diligent. I think that's previous. Thank you for ensuring the safety of nation's people. The following investigators are available for pairing. Please choose this corresponding profile of the investigator you to pair with, if any. Okay, so this was the person I played as last time, and then I did a new profile because I was like trying to quickly play through to see if I can get some different events. It is very complicated to get different events, so kind of sort of did some stuff. Let's go with the one we played through last time. Aptitude test. In order to qualify for special duty within Orwell, taking the aptitude test is mandatory. The test requires you to complete a set of tasks, follow the on-screen instructions carefully, and answer truthfully to the best of your beliefs. Note that an insufficient test result will qualify you for special duty permanently. Task 1. Which of the following statements are true to your attitude? Drag and drop at least one of the highlighted statements or data chunks into the answer sheet on the left of the screen. Note that your choices are permanent. I want to be a pioneer in the most advanced security system. I want to make the nation a safer place. I like spying on people. I want to protect people from harm. I'm in it for the money. Okay, let's go with I want to protect people from harm. Can I only do one? No, I can do most. Let's also do I want to make the nation a safer place. Maybe? No, I can only do one. Okay. Which of the following persons do you consider likely of having committed a crime? Drag and drop. None of them? I know nothing. Person number 4. None of them. Okay. Which of the following statements do you consider be true, if any? Drag and drop data chunks into the answer sheet. An unjust law canon should be violated. No. There's no such thing as a justified lie. I think there can be. There are 2 sides to every story. I believe in that one. And does an absolute truth. Okay, I can only do one. So I need to remember that before I make an answer. The government should safeguard the citizens by any means necessary, no, and an absolute truth exists. I guess technically, maybe. Oh. Task 4. Given the choice, would you prefer to have your medical record or your dating profile investigated? I think my dating profile. Because it doesn't exist. And also, why is it a conflict? I mean, I guess that makes sense. I'd rather have my dating profile. That's what I'm clicking right, yeah. I'd rather have my dating profile investigated. Alright. Next up. Which of the information from your dating profile would you give an investigator willingly? Drag and drop. Profile picture, duration of last relationship, sexual orientation, full transcripts of all chats, and sexual preferences and quirks. I mean, my profile picture, I suppose. And it's like, yeah, I mean, like, I think that's the least. Confront it with the situation below. Which action would you take? Your best friend boasts about having been accepted into Orwell. Since you are working for Orwell yourself, you know that talking about your job is punishable by imprisonment. Without saying anything to my friend, I will inform the national authorities at the next possibility. I warn my friend I am working for Orwell too, and that I will have to inform the authorities if this continues. Well, I know that is not allowed. I feign ignorance, but hint, my friend talking about a delicate job might not be advisable. I do nothing about it. So my thing is, if this is a situation where we know, I think this is going to be the right answer for them. Right? This is the answer they want. Oh, insufficient results, you failed. You'll be disqualified permanently. I cannot change. Let's do this. I cannot change my answers. Oops. Cool. Oh.
Hello, O'Brien. Is that you?
I have to disappoint you.
Oh, voice acting.
What? How? After all this time? I didn't think you...
Remember what you did? Again, I must disappoint you. I have not been blessed with a short memory.
Welcome, agent.
Listen, it wasn't me. I don't know anything about what happened there. That's the truth.
Truth. See, I never had much regard for the Bible, but there's one remarkable, groundbreaking moment. Before being sentenced to death, Jesus goes on and on about being a witness for the truth. But Pilate defies him with the simplest of all questions. What is truth? It is this particular question I've been pondering over for a very long time now. How much of the information ending up on our screens every single day has passed through so many other minds before, each one with their own bias and agenda.
Probably a lot.
It is all cut down to size, proportioned, ready to be consumed. And yet we greedily swallow it all in blissful ignorance, because our hunger is unending.
Stop the nonsense and get to the point. What do you want?
To ask you a question. What is truth?
I don't understand.
Now you're the disappointing one. You of all people should, Oleg Bakay. There is only one thing about truth that is certain. Truth is dead. As you soon will be.
What? Why?
Is that a threat?
You? How did you manage? How? Vart! Vart!
Okay. Also, I really loved the graphic with everything being connected. That was gorgeous. Um, guess it was a trick that we were disqualified. They wanted us to just be honest. Okay, episode 1, Thesis. Ooh. Hmm. So you would accept disqualification just like that? You're either downright stupid or you are very loyal towards us. You might be exactly whom I need. Okay, Ampleford, we have a new person, I suppose. A new advisor. My name is Ampleford. I am part of a special division within the government, the office. We get called in for delicate matters. A man called Oleg Bakay disappeared a couple of days ago. The last we heard of him was the call I just played to you. I have added a transcript of that dialogue to your reader tool. You can read it again or listen to the recording. When you're done, open the unknown person profile on the left. Well, I don't really need to re-listen to it, but that whole question about truth was very interesting. Since you are paired with an investigator, I'll assume you're familiar with the procedure and spare you most technicalities. Oh, so that was just make sure we know you've played before. For starters, upload Oleg Bakay's name from the transcript to his file by dragging it into the profile or on the left. Alright. Oleg. Good. The profile is now primed on Oleg Bakay. Now other data chunks related to this person might appear. Check the transcript for newly found data chunks. Oh, and this one it seems to be applied to time. I remember that was something that came up in the last episode of the last game. So, Brian, what is truth? Truth is... Okay. So, Oleg was threatened. That is an odd thing to say, isn't it? We're taking that as a death threat, as did the National Beholder. I mean, I would too. The National Beholder is the most respectable news site in the nation. You may browse their headlines freely to get informed. The recording of the call you heard ended up in their newsroom. Why? That's a piece of the puzzle we're missing right now. However, this article is a good starting point for our investigation on Oleg Bakay. To proceed, please adapt his picture and profession. Alright. I want to read this article first. Is anti-Khazar blog involved in Parisian soldiers' disappearance? So, wait, is this the same day as the start of the events of last time? Or was that 2016? I forget. Because, like, these are also all the same ads. Recorded call indicates direct involvement of blog The People's Voice and the disappearance of Parisian Army officer Oleg Bakay. The Parisian Army officer Oleg Bakay has recently gone missing. An audio recording of a phone conversation between Parisian Army officer Oleg Bakay and Rabban Vart was leaked to the National Beholder late Monday evening. Rabban Vart is known as the editor-in-chief and founder of the highly controversial blog The People's Voice. In the ominous recording, which has been since verified by experts, the editor directly threatens the officer, claiming that Bakay would be dead soon. In light of Bakay's recent disappearance, experts have developed a theory that the blog might be directly involved in, or may otherwise have incited the incident. The fact that the recording was leaked by an anonymous source to the National Beholder has been interpreted as a direct threat to the Khazar administration of Harj and their alliance with the nation, which the blog openly and aggressively opposes. Cool. So let's do his picture. So uploading each of these is 10 minutes, I suppose. Not exactly the most tender smile. That's not what we're here for after all. So yeah, I guess each one is 10 minutes. Parisian officer is this new info. Yeah, so I need these two according to... This is harder to click. As you see, Oleg Baquet is an important figure in the Parges Armory, our neighboring country. We are very concerned about his fate. Follow ample fruits instructions. I did. Guess we're staying this. Call sign. Am I just supposed to be doing anything? So, he's the first infantry position. Is that what you want? Agent, you may have noticed that by now, for every data chunk you upload, 10 minutes of time pass due to Orwell's extensive search algorithms. The events around us will unfold whether or not we are making progress on our case. Keep this in mind. I feel like that was a bad thing to do. I want to open up something else. Raban Bart. That's the name Oleg Baquet mentioned during the call. Let's focus on Baquet for the moment. We will get back to Bart in a second. Okay. Okay, there's nothing else going on there. Yeah, so this was the articles from last time. We've read them. So this is the same day as everything that happened in the last game. Now let's go back to this article. We know he is a captain. And his call sign is Janus. Janus, how fitting. He still goes by this call sign. I'm granting you access to our database, which you should have a look at. You'll understand it better after you see the files. Alright, search database. While yes, we are in fact worried about our relations with Parges because of Baquet, you will see that the whole truth is more complex. As you are not a simple investigator, you have access to an Orwell built designed to meet the specific needs of the office. We can utilize the data stored in the profiler in the left to circumvent certain restrictions that would otherwise bar us from making progress. Make good use of this ability within our database and the data stored at the case profile so far to solve my little mystery. I don't think this is a mystery to you. This does also take 10 minutes. You did it. Well done. I'll leave you to your well-deserved info for a moment to truly understand why this case is so precarious. So, his full name, date of birth, Parisian, his address is directed, department redacted, confidential informant as an officer in the Parisian army, his phone, ID, and tends to use names of people close to him as passwords. This has been strongly discouraged, but so far ignored by the subject. I'm going to go that the confidential informant is the important part. Yes, Baquet is our informant, placed inside the Parisian army for years, now vanished into thin air. You surely grasp the danger this poses should it ever come out. We need to understand what happened and then possibly retrieve him, or contain the damage. To get to the bottom of this, we will have to investigate the person who called him last, Raban Varts. You already found a trace to him before on the Beholder. It'll turn Bart into a target person now. Time to pick up from there. So at least they probably knew people would accidentally do that, rather than follow instructions. Okay, am I just supposed to... Okay. That's nice. Well, I don't have much on him right now. So Vart is the editor-in-chief of the People's Voice. The People's Voice, we have heard of them. This preposterous news site has people rallying for protests and purges for years. Judging by that call, Ron Vart and Oleg Bakay seem well acquainted, even if it's not the most friendly relationship, apparently. Your task here is twofold, Agent. First and foremost, we are to locate Oleg Bakay. Then, in order to understand whether Vart is behind Bakay's disappearance, we need to find out what connects the two in the first place. So I'm guessing start with information on him. One more thing before I let you roam freely. Remember that we are bound to the division of powers defined by the Ethical Codex. We learned about that in the last game. You're now leaving charted territory as far as I am concerned, and I have to rely on the data you upload to make my calls. Doubt anything you read, especially when it comes to the People's Voice. Don't give me wrong info to work with. I'm counting on you. So is she not going to interrupt us as much as, Stimes? Alright, the nation burns again. 3 people are murdered because blame's incompetence, but guess who will be blamed? Blood runs in the streets, the nation and its corrupt leadership. What is this? Thanks to the People's Voice, the nation has been rather calmed. That's weird. Let's go back. President Puppet, re-election plans. For all we know, stand up tomorrow. So, I want his Twitter, his blabber information. He said, "Let there be riots," and there were riots. How could this man gain such an immense influence over his followers? I still want a picture about us. We have a picture of him at least. Supported by the angels, blah blah blah. I don't think that's important, but I do want his email. Very good. This will allow you to observe his work email account through the listener tool. Once Ron Vart receives an email or sends one through that account, we will be notified and be able to read it. Like there is now. Or no, it was just unlocking it. I don't care about any of these other people, but that guy is probably a brother, maybe? Alright, let's go to Twitter. What do you mean when you said Olivia would not be missed? Did you retire him? Is there anything else to click on here? No. He will not be missed. I'm not happy he's missing. Views. Yeah, we got that. Is there anything else here? History of the group. Parisian exists today because of General Khazart freed the regime 2004. I don't. So I have a feeling that they're connected in some way, but I still feel like I need more information on Raban, the nations, this being funded by Angels of the... Maybe how he's being funded is good. Supported by National Donation Network. It If we are able to prove that Raban Bart is using the donations for something harmful, we could pull the plug on him. Cool, so that wasn't helpful like I thought it might. Stu, far we know. Probably. I think just him not liking the nation proves that in general the nation is corrupt. Well, we know that's not true, but I don't know if our character would know that's not true. Has... Yeah, that's still questionable. This is a misunderstanding. I mean, I get he views it as the enemy. I think that's fine. Ugh. It's like, I can't read any of that. I'm just like, which one of these would I trust? Because I'm also like, this is the same day. I'm like, I think that might be right. I don't know. He isn't happy about Oleg's disappearance. How come I don't buy it? Why, yes, of course, the death threat entered and the death phone call, that's why. But I'm like, I feel, yeah, I needed one of those in order to do anything. What's going on here? Something new happened. What's going on? Oh, discussion, what have you done, Robin? Yeah, I had to do something like that. It sounds like they are accusing us of having kidnapped or killed this man. What have you done? Tell us the truth. Alright, we already read that. Let's not jump to conclusions. I'm sure Rabban can offer an explanation. I am starting to doubt whether TVP represents what I stand for. We sell ourselves as a blog for the Parisian people, defending their rights and protecting their freedom. As a part of that, it is our duty to criticize the Parisian government, and the military is a prime target. However, I never signed up to be labeled as a criminal. We don't threaten people, we don't kidnap people, and we certainly do not kill them. Calm down, Shannon. Since when do you believe the National Beholder prints? They are only trying to frame us. I have nothing to do with Bakay's disappearance. Did I call him? Sure. Did I get a little aggressive? I did. You see, Bakay and I, we have history. Before he left Parges, Bakay had his mind set on joining the Parisian army. He asked me to take care of his 14-year-old daughter, and I said yes. But soon after, instead of returning to his daughter, I learned he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. Well, technically he did. Then all of a sudden, he returns and ranks up to an officer in the army. I'm fairly certain he works for the nation's government in some way. However, I have nothing to do with his disappearance and would never kidnap or kill a man. I do not believe the lies of the National Beholder. I was unaware of this. I believe you, but I really think you should watch what you say. This is starting to get way too tense. This is getting people worked up in both countries. I'm with Shannon. Okay, so this is how they knew each other. But since we do know he worked for the nation, I definitely think he might be right on that. I see, the two know each other back from where they lived in Parges. Well done, Agent. With the basic connection between the two clarified, our in-depth research of the lead up to this phone call can now begin. I need you to investigate and upload anything that you think is relevant and accurate about the background of these two. Discard anything else. From what you gather, I will put together a theory about what happened and what we're going to do about it. At the very least, we need a solid motive for Raban Bart making this threat to Oleg Bakay, and an explanation as to how Bart could contact him on his protected phone. If you need to keep track of your objectives, click on the Orwell eye in the upper left corner of the screen or press escape. Alright. Right. Ooh, an email. Good luck. Raban, so I see you have decided to make use of my gift to you. A good choice. I'm of the impression everything will come to pass as anticipated. Good luck, and I hope you receive our common goals. What? Is that find the whereabouts, how he was able to contact, motive. Make my gift of you. A fan, cute. Yeah, but he said my gift. That's what I'm... Oh. What the heck? So you threaten Parisian soldiers now? This going far. Tell us the truth. Well, that has nothing to do with anything, but thank you. What are you planning to do against the FTP? Oh, this was like 11 years ago? My family and I are thinking about leaving Prague. Administrative in order to get us to protect some towns. Certainly understand Mrs. O'Toole as school principal. I will therefore consider the options on how to protect the school. So this was his previous job, so maybe that's how he knows the child. That explains his preachy attitude. Ooh, a leg. And go to the nation, this pitiful stretch of land, never. I think the FTP is fighting for the right cause. It's for my daughter, Ratka. Because the daughter is how they know each other. So if I have her name, that would be good. I see you found your first non-target person. Good. Or we'll keep track of them, but no data chunks or new documents for them will appear. I must authorize them to become a target person first, and I will only do so if I feel it is necessary. That's fine. Revised article. Hey Raban, I just finished revising the article you sent and scheduled it for 3 p.m. like you asked. Don't know if I'll be able for another. I'm going to be occupied tonight. One more thing. This bouquet thing is getting ugly. Lots of them are flooding us with threats. You know I go to any link for you, just like when we moved to the nation. You are my brother. I think the brother might be important. But we have something that's happening at 3. Is anything guarding good luck? David, thank you. A true supporter of our cause. Didn't I do that? Yeah, David. You want to... Yeah, that's... You think something's happening. Maybe it's the 3 o'clock thing. For all you know, this guy's been trying to cook up a large-scale stir for years. I don't see it quite happening yet. Yes, he has succeeded in some extent with the ongoing riots, but we cannot keep this situation under control. But we can. Sure. I'm not a terrorist sympathizer, thank you. I think... Yeah. The thing is, we know this was right. He did work for the nation. Good, that might count. His loyalty towards us. What, okay? Maybe. Crime rate continues to drop, that's nice. What is this? A journey. It's been about a week since I started the journey to the nation. I even lost my ability to walk. And so that might help with tracking him. He can't go anywhere. This genuinely surprises me. How did that happen? probably some stuff. What's this? Wave of prison refugees likely to cause rise in terrorism. That sounds doubtful. But let's just continue how we're going. We went for his birth. So this was years ago, so he's probably not residing there anymore. Let's see. Raban was buried by concrete blocks for at least 24 hours following the bombing of a school building in his hometown. Oh god, that sounds awful. What? Buried? And he survived this? I mean, it gives good motive. Most severe symptoms described the patient are pain and sinking in the lower back. A detailed examination of the patient's leg reveals that there are no reaction to any sensation of touch, heat, or cold whatsoever. Lungs show difficulty breathing and frequent coughing. Patient is not able to walk on his own. I mean, I don't think that extra information's necessary. If he can't walk, he needs a wheelchair. Let's go back to the school thing. So, if previously he cooperated with the army and then they did nothing, I can definitely see how they would hate them. Wait, army protection for a school? Seriously? Things must have been bad or someone must have been really worried. The school administration has now decided to provide a protective hideout from combat activities by upgrading our library to a completely anonymous shelter situated in the basement of the school. Wow. An autonomous shelter at a school seems a bit overprotective, he asked me, but then again, considering I thought about getting the army for protection, this pales in comparison. True. And faculty. Him teaching English is not important, I don't think. So I'm like, we have a time limit. Ooh, records of attendance. Attendance database. When was he teaching? Oh, do we have a date? And I can't type. So I need a date when he was principal. I have 29. Oh. School attendance has been decreasing. We started afternoon child care for younger siblings. Maybe the city thread has a date. No, I can't pull any dates. Okay. Residence. Jerome's Flowers, looking for a florist. Town Hall restoration. Ooh, a skeleton. Citizens Board for residents. Alright, this is all old. Doesn't seem relevant. Is something happening here again? Never would have thought you'd go this far. I have reason to believe he was involved in my school attack in 2010. If he really believes that, that would be strong motive. We can't work solely on him. He believes that, though. We need to clarify whether there are any more hints of the K being involved in this. Alright, so now that we have a date... We had a date. Okay, why can I not put in dates? Because I most definitely know we have a date. Is it in here? Oh my gosh. Alright. Let's do... Maybe there's more dates here. No. Okay, he said 2010 in the bladder. Right? Oh, I know that he was one of the people. I know he was one of the people in charge. That's also really weird. The unsung hero. We have not been maintaining this blog, but I'd like to start by telling a story. My brother told most of this. He's not a man who likes sharing his stories. He was forced to leave Parges tragedy. Ooh. Prava Secondary, the school that Raban was teaching at, and in fact helped build with his own two hands, was bombed to the ground. Place of learning, a place of safety, a place that Raban had always offered the Parisian children the opportunity of a good education, was nothing more than smoldering rubble. During the bombings, most of the children from Raban's 6th grade class had been trapped in the school garden shed, as they had not been able to make it to the safety of the library, which they had been using as a bomb shelter. Against what everyone told him to do, Raban ran out to the shed and saved these children from certain death in this hellish attack. He did not rest until every one of them was safe in the library. Without his brave escort, they would not have made it to the shelter, where they were able to wait in safety until the bombing was finally over. The shed was destroyed only minutes later, but Raban himself, he had not made it safely back before the bombs dropped. He was buried under the rubble for almost a day, clinging to his spare life until he was finally discovered him, but yet paid a high price, his ability to walk. I cannot tell you how much I admire my brother for so much bravery. That's sad. Wait, maybe his medical records, I can say, have a date on it. No, it doesn't. But, like, if he believes that they were the cause, plus he was severely injured, that's even more of a... Saving others while risking his life. Now I see why his followers treat him almost like a religious figure. Well, Agent, I think it's become clear already that Raban Bart is only a shadow of his former self. His actions today are what matters. Yeah, but it's motive. So this is people's reaction to it. Wow, just wow, you're a true hero. I only did what I had to. Ooh. Maybe. Secondary school in Western Parges was bombed by rebel organization forces of True Parges. A school in Parab, a village in Western Parges, was hit by several missiles on Monday afternoon, according to an official statement on behalf of the Army of the Nation. The attack was initiated by rebel organization forces of True Parges, the FTP. Wait, wasn't he with them? Intel revealed that the group was harboring key officials who were hiding in the basement, which serves as a makeshift bomb shelter for the Prob secondary students and their families in times of emergencies. As reported by the National Army, the rebel group has started the attack as National Army soldiers have surrounded the school, requesting the officials to surrender immediately. The explosion, which was initiated by the FTP, caused the school's principal, Raban Bart, to be buried under concrete and rubble for at least 24 hours. He was saved after rescuers continued to search for survivors among the ruins. A spokesperson of Angels of the Nation, which is where he's getting funding from, a volunteer team who provided development aid in Parges stated Mr. Bart was injured on Monday, December 6, 2010, and was buried at least until late Tuesday evening. If it had been any longer, he would have certainly have died. His survival is a miracle. Thanks to the courageous aid workers, the school principal will soon recover and be able to teach again. Unfortunately, the bombing caused many deaths nonetheless. The total number of victims is unknown. So this was the date. And what is wrong with Rubble for at least 24 hours? We don't know yet. But we do have a date for the school. Pupils. Wait, we should be looking for the girl's name. His daughter was present. Conflict. I know he was in charge. She was there though, so there's no reason why she would. And also not in his class, so there's no way he would have known that was true or not. There's no way he would have known. Wait a second, if Akei's daughter was present, then we can be pretty certain that he wasn't involved in the attack. With Vakar as her caretaker, he must have been aware, meaning there must be more behind Vart's threat. Because I'm just like another teacher signed her in. That's what that means. Alright. Is there anything else I need to do? Alright. What's going on here? Hey look, the crime rate. That's nice. Faculty, him teaching English and philosophy does not matter to me. Wait, she is responsible for the school garden? Interesting. Alright. Anything else going on? Sympathizes. But the thing is, this is before they supposedly bombed the school, but that also then might have been true that they were hiding out people in the basement. That might be a thing. Terrorist fits the picture. Did anything come up from that? No. Good luck. You think this David person is suspicious? What happens if I want David there? Supporter pretty unspecific, huh? But he said the information he was given. Ugh. I feel like I have to wait until 3. If I do, that would be pretty sad. And nothing here again. There's more stuff happening here. Horrific attacks. No, it was not the FTP. The natural holder is nothing but a lying, manipulative, brainwashing machine. In reality, it was mental abandonment that wounded me severely. I mean, I feel like we should trust the national beholder more. And yet he sympathizes with the FTP. How does that make any sense? Well, he doesn't believe us, so... What is going on here? Is it just people yelling? Use mainstream media as the enemy. Clearly. Now that's a classic one. Demonize the free press, straight from the dictator's guide to supreme rule. Oh, that's possible. What else is going here? So he used to work for the FTP, which I think is interesting. Well, from the FTP, so they would have been on different sides of the conflict. A bloody mess, that civil war. Purges has suffered a great deal from it, so did the nation. He received that. Oh yes, a leg bouquet is a paragon of honor. I want to go back to his Janus site again. I think his phone might be useful. Luckily, McKay is using one of our registered phone devices to communicate with us. It seems to be online right now. You can access it with the Insider tool. And then he also tends to use names as passwords, like a dummy. Of course, we do inspect and observe habits of our agents. What did you expect? That's not the problem here. Desktop. Of course, McKay has locked his phone with our own encryption tool. I'm afraid not even Orwell can break that. You'll have to do this the old-fashioned way by applying McKay's key. See if you can find a hit. You might have to dig deeper. His daughter's name. Alright. Orwell reports you have removed the encryption from the device. Open Sesame. Good work. That will aid us greatly. Who have you been calling? So we have his phone number. Who is Melissa? And also, why have you only been calling 2 people? Perfect. With this number, we can track Ron Vart's calls to and from his mobile phone. Let's tune in now. I also feel like I might have needed to do this before, but didn't.
Karen, my love.
Hey.
Having a good day?
Yeah. So far so good. I called to tell you I'll be home late today. I'm sorry.
Again? They don't pay you enough for all the time you give them.
What is she?
It's not about payment, and you know that. These people rely on me. They need me.
Yeah? Well, I
Maybe
leave my
a
wife at
aid
home with me
worker?
some of the time. Am I asking for too much?
Raban,
Maybe.
not so long ago you were among them. You have been in their position.
Yes, I know that. So was Ilya, so were the others. Yet none
So
of
an
us
aid
were
worker.
national soldiers responsible for invading and ravaging countries. If it weren't for them driving refugees out in the first place, why, we wouldn't need these camps.
This again? We talked about this multiple times.
I'm well aware that this extra time you spend there is for her, isn't it?
Who?
Raban, she is... I'm worried, that's all. She's more reclusive now than ever. Something isn't right.
One more reason to avoid her.
You want me to cherry pick who deserves my assistance and who doesn't? All people get the same treatment, the same attention. That's my mandate. I thought you loved that about me.
I do. You're right. Of course you are. You always are. I'm sorry.
You should
It's
be.
okay. So,
No, it's
are you
not.
good with me getting home late tonight then?
I am.
Thank you.
I will be waiting for you.
No, don't wait. It might get late.
Well, I can hardly go anywhere else.
You shouldn't say things like that. Anyway, I'll talk to
It's
you
a
later.
joke. He's allowed to make that joke.
See you.
I also love I don't have to read these entire conversations anymore. Alright, so person of interest is his wife. Makes me wonder how it must feel to be married to this guy. Well, I'm going back to this phone. Warning, I fear my cover might have been blown. And I suspect Ron. Wait, what? What happened? It was the news. Oh yeah, the Stalin gun. So sad. Moving to secret location. Feels like my cover's been blown. Also, that 3 p.m. thing's about to happen. He tried to warn us that Var had compromised his cover. How could Var have done that? How did he know? Keep looking for an answer. There must be something we haven't found out about this mess yet. And the article just came out. What we encountered in the safe country of the nation was not what we had expected. We made it the glorious nation where we were hoping to be able to live a normal life away from the fear and danger that our home country is now plagued with. Unfortunately, what we found upon our arrival in the nation does not seem to be a lot better. We were assigned to the Outer Bonton reception camp. It's not necessary anymore. As a temporary solution, they do not seem to know what to do with us, and the camp is incredibly crowded. The most hilarious thing about this is that the nation is telling its citizens a completely different story. Alright. They write about how openly we are welcomed, how we have a safe haven with free food, accommodation, and friendly people. Reality is the complete opposite. Now, don't get me wrong, I am more than thankful for being able to escape the terrible threat of war in our country, but the situation in this camp is simply dehumanizing. We are being denied basic human rights, food and bathrooms are rare, and fights over both are common. The only ray of hope is our social worker Karen, who seems to be the only one around here who really cares. She does everything to help us. And seeing her once a week is one of the few things that keep me going right now. Despite the hardships we have sworn not to give up, we owe it to our people to make the situation here public, and also tell the people of the nation what is really going on in these safe havens for refugees. They've decided to publish facts only about the war and charges. So she was their social worker. Reuben Bart married his assigned social worker. Do you find this as odd as I do? A little bit. They also don't care. Crime statistics continue to get faked. I'm guessing this is the article. That's cool. Insider. He says he's moving to a secret location, which we think already. Pictures. A bunch of documents. Okay. Eye trace. He has his phone on him. That might be where he is. But it's also like he hasn't moved in the last 24 hours. Prav. Oleg Bakay is in his former hometown. Peculiar. Why is he hiding out there, or rather, from who? For Bonvart? Excellent work. We will retrieve Oleg Bakay once we have a clearer picture as to why he's gone missing in the first place and what that call meant. Cool. Contacts. Alright. So, believes... I mean, he can believe what he wants, I suppose. Invasion. Our efforts and purges were justified operations to restore and keep the peace. And we succeeded, if I might add that. You seem way too adamant about that, and I am suspicious. Alright, what else do we need to do? Find the motive, and find out how he was able to get connected. If these two games are connected, I'm also now wonder if the her they're talking about is Nina. Safety bill. Right, I remember all of this from last time, but let's just make sure that all of this is also in our... Whoops. Alright. Anything else we need to do? This still says I have something going on in this website. Visitors. Oh, I did click that. We are below the snow and above the fog. The visitor center is open on weekdays. Something happening here. Claims to users. Sharon, Dan, log. Donations plugin. Nice. Drafts. Well, I guess I could probably have read the article before it went out. Changed the header. Signed off pending article. Made changes to. Cool. Let's do. He denies being involved with blah blah blah. Mixes truth and lies, deftly to trick people. Be very careful when dealing with him. Well, I'm also like, I don't know what else to do. I've done central office. And he's saying there was some plan. Maybe that's what I need. What the heck is that supposed to mean? Hiding? You mean voluntarily? There was no plan, which included going into hiding. Yeah, well, apparently there was. I'm also just like, what is this image? Maybe it's the... He's in Parges, and the only thing we know about Parges is the bunker. So maybe that? Alright, is there anything else on his Janice page? No. I'm just not sure what else is needed. I mean, I don't think him being in a wheelchair is relevant, but it might be. It's not. I feel like I'm just uploading things to be like, here's what he does. His history. Is there something else going on this page? Protection. Blah blah blah. Okay, finish with that page. Okay, I feel like I'm just uploading stuff. Let's just do that. In case you're wondering, yes, that is really the same person. Cool. Right, anything interesting about faculty? Sure, let's put an image. I don't know if we can cross-reference images in this place. We should be able to. Nation burns, blah blah blah. Flames. Bart seems like a real charmer. He won't stop exploiting assaults and misfortune in the nation for his own ends. This moment isn't any different. Can't help but wonder... Oops. I clicked too fast. Please, it's being nation controlled. That might be his thing. President Puppet, I've seen the memes before. The nation would have zero actual benefit from control over Parges. Guess we're treading over territory where tracks aren't giving any weight. Yeah, but I'm also just like... Maybe the outer button reception camp is useful. Oh, tune in. Maybe it was useful.
Ilyavat speaking.
Brother,
Oh, hey, Raban. I didn't expect you to call. I'm getting ready for work.
I'll be brief. I need your abilities as my co-writer. You must write me an article.
Right now, is it important?
It is.
What do you want me to write about?
There has been a second assault in Bonton, at Stelligan University.
Another one? Oh, wow. They really have got a situation here, don't they?
We need to cover it. Draw attention to how the government is failing its people.
I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to pull it off at work. I feel like they're watching me already.
Do you stand with me, brother? Or has the nation's corruption and wealth finally swayed your sympathies?
Or he doesn't want
Raban,
to get fired.
I stand with you. I've told you this.
Then I have faith in you, brother.
Are you preparing a statement about these threats? This has to stop. Are you gonna say something?
Yes.
Ah, great. Finally.
I don't
And
think
it
we're
is
gonna
going
like
to be
it.
the most remarkable statement I have ever made.
Yeah, we're not
The
gonna like
destruction
it.
of the cooperation between Cassett and Blaine.
Destruction? How?
Patience, brother. It won't be long now. Take care of the article.
Okay, I will do my best to get it done for you. Give me about an hour for the draft. I'll put it in the back end.
Good.
Yes,
I'll be
we'll have
waiting.
access to it.
Until later.
Yeah. Until then.
Why is he feels so slimy. I don't know if that's his voice actor being super good or the game just... This probably is the voice actor being amazing. But I'm just like wondering if I'm just wondering if... I mean, I know in these games everyone's supposed to be suspicious, so you don't really know the truth until, like, the very end, but... Alright. So the distinction between the collaboration of Karsart and Blaine. Well, we got hubris going, haven't we? No such thing will happen. Because Art and Blaine working together is the best thing that could happen to Hardress. Why destroy it? Well, he doesn't trust y'all. So, in an hour, they'll be in the back end. Ooh, the security number. Ooh, his ID. So maybe where he was assigned was important. Excellent, with that we'll be able to get a glimpse directly into the lion's den and probably useful data on our targets. Also, I want to make sure... Oops. Oh, another email. Make sure nothing is on the back end yet. Okay. Let's go to listener, support our blog, Angel of the Nation. Mr. Bart, we regret to inform you that we have temporarily suspended our recurring financial support to your endeavor. Our team has become aware of you using our donations to support a cause or causes directly or indirectly violating our terms of use. As you know, Angel of the Nation is an independent non-profit organization with the intention to support beneficial causes in or directed at charges. We strictly enforce a zero-tolerance policy on endorsement or incitement of aggressive acts or violent behavior in any way, which I've become aware of your blog has engaged in recently. The payments will remain suspended until we further investigate the allegations. Afterwards, we will decide whether to continue our payments or to permanently terminate our support. If you'd like to object to the suspension or assist in resolving the allegation against you, please contact us. Considering everything, that sounds right. Alright. The people's voice speaking out loud to what needs to be said. What's in your trash? A token of my appreciation for your blog. Right. Okay, so David Johns, the fan, got his phone number. The number for Rickey's protective office phone is out there. This cannot be happening. This is how Vart reached him, and who knows how many other people have this info. This is a complete disaster. Ooh, Operation Flying Dog. Oleg Barkay was arrested by soldiers of the nation after an incident during the Civil War, only to be released again and placed as a spy in the Parisian army. Uh-oh. Darn it, I knew he must have been revealed. This changes everything. If Kay's secret is out there, then that's how Vart came across the info, but this alone doesn't appear to be enough of a motive. Agent, I hate to say this, but with this new perspective on the situation, we have to put McKay's loyalty into question. If you find any hints at possible disloyalty of our agent toward us, you need to let me know immediately. We have gathered all we need. I will get an intervention team ready from a local base near Prava and go and look for McKay. They're on their way. Let me try to make sense of everything we gathered. I need to decide how we should approach this. Raban Vart was a school principal back in Prages, who was also a teacher of Oleg Bakay's daughter, who went to fight in the Parisian army. The school was attacked by FTP rebels. Vart managed to save the students by leading them to the shelter he built, but he lost his ability to walk. From the info we collected, it's unlikely Bakay had anything to do with the attack. Vart blames him regardless, probably because he found out Bakay is a national agent through a leak. We have no indication that Oleg Bakay was disloyal to us, so we have to assume he's innocent in this leak. Now Bakay is hiding out somewhere in Prava for whatever reason. This is it, the theory about the situation we're facing. We will make sure it's dealt with accordingly. The intervention team is in place. I'm switching over to command, and I'll let you listen via the listener tool. We only have the option to listen in. Lovely.
Echo 1 reporting. Come in, Command.
Commander's reading you.
We have arrived at the designated
I
location.
did not expect that to be
What's
her
it like?
voice.
Sorry, Command. I don't quite follow.
The location? Tell me what you see.
Looks like ruins of a school that has been hit by a large explosive.
Oh, so
Possibly
it
an
might have been the
airstrike.
school.
Maybe artillery fire.
Can you traverse the ruins?
Affirmative. But the damage is catastrophic. Are you sure the target is around?
Absolutely. Move in and keep me posted at all times. Describe to me everything you see.
Oh, we also
Understood.
know about the
Echo Squad,
bunker,
move in.
so...
Entering primary hallway now. The hallway has been severely damaged. You can see the sky right through multiple stories. Some parts are completely caved in. Proceed with caution, Echo Squad. The damage definitely originated some time ago. There's vegetation spreading all over the place. There are some adjacent rooms that seem rather intact. Echo 2, Echo 4, clear them.
I'm
Rooms
like
are clear.
just imagining
Lots
like a
of
SWAT
bags lying
entry.
around. There were still some geometrical drawings on the chalkboard. The place was clearly left in a hurry.
In the math class, maybe?
Moving into the next corridor. There's... Oh, shit!
What happened?
What is it?
Part of the ceiling gave way. Nearly hit one of our operatives. Status, Echo Squad. Dust off.
Ugh. Can you proceed?
Affirmative.
She
Do
sounds
it.
upset.
Roger. Moving on now.
Status?
All clear. No traces of the target. Some doors are blocked by debris, but there's zero chance they have been opened recently.
Listen, I need you to find the target person. He is around.
There's a basement stairwell that we haven't checked yet. Moving there now. Watch your corners, Echo Squad. Not much left here either. The projectile went right through half the building like a hot knife through butter. Hate to say it, but we may be out of luck. Wait, found something. There's a hatch leading further down. Looks used recently.
Finally, proceed.
Affirmative. This is the school's library. Still intact. Someone put a lot of effort into turning this into some sort of autonomous bomb shelter. And they
Yup.
succeeded. Even the power is still on. From what I can tell, This thing even has working surveillance cams on the walls.
Huh. Peculiar. Maybe Bakay is able to use them. Proceed with caution.
Definitely wouldn't want to. Movement!
Mm.
Get down! Get down! Echo Squad, contain the target!
It's the target. It has to be.
Why are we getting down?
Oleg Bakay, we know you're here. There is no way out of this shelter. Throw your weapons into the middle of the room and come out from your position with your hands on your head.
Wait, is
Visual
this
on target.
good target
Identity
or
confirmed.
bad
It's Oleg Bakay.
target?
Your order.
Bakay did not betray our secrets. He is too valuable and must be retrieved alive. Is that understood?
Roger.
Ooh,
Get down and put your
maybe if
palms
I did
flat on the ground in front of you.
went farther, it would have been worse.
Get down! Oleg Bakay, surrender and lie down. Now!
Report in.
Target cooperative. We got him. Oleg Bakay is in custody.
Very well. Mission accomplished. Make sure the area is secure, then disengage.
Understood. Echo Squad, move out.
That was a tense 4 minutes and 3 seconds. So, we got our guy alive. I don't know whether we wanted that or not. That one surprised me well. One could even say by the book. I'm glad we're in possession of our Agent Bakay once again. Seems like a wise decision to pick you for this job. For now, we wait and... What? What the something? The People's Voice. Raban Vart is streaming right now. We need to see this. Oh no. I don't want to see this. Also, I want to see this draft. The assault is horrific and a terrible crime, but we all know the real perpetrators will be punished. The Prism people will be blamed. Well, no one was blaming them. We know that from the other game. The government of the nation is lying to you. I hereby present actual proof of this.
My dear followers, yes, this is exactly what you think it is. I found Oleg Bakay. What you see before you is an image obtained from a surveillance camera feed from the ruins of my old school, showing him among soldiers of the nation. These highly trained professionals arrested him, a soldier in service of the Pegasian army, while he was hiding away from them. The true nature of the national government is laid bare before you. Through their propaganda machine called the National Beholder, they dared to make their false allegations against me and the People's Voice as a whole. They claimed I'd be responsible for Bakay's disappearance, when it was them all along. But when President Kassat and Prime Minister Blaine are such close friends, why would they arrest a fellow soldier, you might ask? Oleg Bakay was the person responsible for the attack on Prava Secondary, the school I have been principal of a long time ago. And they knew it. They knew the moment he disappeared, the blame was on me. To shut me up once and for all.
What happened,
but the people's voice cannot be silenced. So what is there to do for you, my dear followers, against the oppressive force of the national government and the Kassat regime? Do not listen to their corrupt and manipulative media outlets. Do not fail to remind Kassat what has transpired here today. Do not let them sweep this under the carpet, to pass the buck, to influence you with such outrageously false information, to make people vanish, to manipulate your thoughts. Or you may be next. Stand up for your rights and resist Kassat. Resist Blaine. Let's retake our country from President Puppet.
I mean, theoretically, he could just have been arrested for going AWOL, because he did go missing. That's about it. How did that happen? Where did he get those Oh, no, the surveillance cameras. This will have severe repercussions, I fear. We'll have some containment to do. Even though we are facing a lot of trouble, you have done well. For now, you may complete your work for today. Is this... Okay, this is just what he said. I mean, the only thing you can do is he went missing. He went AWOL without permission, theoretically, and that is an arrestable offense, no matter what. I mean, it's quite an easy thing. I want to open up this flying dog thing, though. Perkaleaks. So I'm guessing this is their version of WikiLeaks. I'm guessing if we try and out Orwell, that will become relevant. The nation is lying to you. One more innocent will be punished. Once more, the innocent will be punished. So this went out already. I feel like no matter what we did, this would have been awful. Alright, let's head out for the day. Yes, let's log out and recollect ourselves for the next day as we try and understand what's going on. Who knows? This says not a lot happened, but I don't believe them. But we will definitely have fun. If I remember correctly, this game is slightly shorter than the first one, so I'll be able to finish this game fairly quickly. But I hope you guys have fun with this. Don't take everything too seriously, because I know the world is a trash fire right now, but I hope you're having fun with this as long as I am, even if it is breaking my brain. But I will see you guys later. Bye!